Welcome to the the-devereux-committee-of-pro wrestling, presented by the Idiot Radio Network, offering a weekly look into the world of professional wrestling with guest interviews, news, results, and much more. Now here's your host, Stephon Devereux. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Stephon Devereux, and the-devereux-committee-of-pro wrestling here on the Idiot Radio Network. Wrestling fans, I want you to give us a call right now, 347-308-8709. That's 347-308-8709. We have a jam-packed show for you today. I know. I say that. But we do. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. If you've seen the topics that we have laid out for today's episode, you would see we're talking a little bit about Brock Lesnar, Culkin Mania, or actually I'll read out some of your emails, and we're going to talk about the most important man professional wrestling today and forever, past, present, future, Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Man, Vince, you are probably one of the most smartest individuals in the world. You got to say that. You're a billionaire. Got to have some brains to be able to get that money in your bank account. But Vince McMahon, you always find ways to screw it up somehow, some way. Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon, you are yeah, man. So let's get into it. Star, Mr. Kennedy McMahon, is going to make a huge announcement coming up on January 25th. On January 25th, Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon will be announcing the relaunching of the XFL. I need to start with some effects on this show, like some applause. Boo. What do you feel? How do you feel? I'm a little upset about this. I am sick to my stomach. I know. The last time down this road, it was early 2000s, and the man failed miserably. Yes. Well, actually, a lot of people say, well, it really wasn't that bad. It was horrible. The XFL, it was a great concept for about 5 minutes, and then it just went away quickly. I feel in my heart that time there's just going to be a lot, because it's football. And everything that the NFL is going through, man, I don't think another network or another league is going to do right now. But I don't know, I think it's some deep issues or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break, and we're going to handle this technical difficulty. And when I come back, we're going to talk about Vince McMahon and the NFL. So we're going to take a break here on AEW. Stephon Devereux. We'll be right back.
For all your heating and cooling needs, service, and installation, contact our friends at Complete Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, 412-513-3001. Doesn't your family deserve complete comfort? Looking for a creative idea for meetings, business lunches, and special events? Call Spiels on Wheels, Food Truck and Catering, and take the stress away. For more information, call them at 724-244-9881 or on Facebook at facebook.com/spielson.wheels.
You're listening to Idiot Radio, taking it to the edge and back.
Pizza and Gyro Express, 801 O'Neill Boulevard in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. For menus, coupons, specials, and catering info, visit our website at pizzaandgyroexpress.com. Order online or by phone at 412-672-2182. Don't forget about the lunch buffet and drink every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for just $10. The original Pizza and Gyro Express. Don't settle for anything less.
Okay, I think we got that taken care of. I don't know, but we're just going to have to continue the show here. Let's get into it. This is going to be bad. Okay, so my first question is why Vince? Why? And we're talking about Vince McMahon and the XFL. The relaunching of the possible relaunching of the XFL on January 25th. First question is why Vince? Why? Okay. I mean, what are you trying to accomplish? And to accomplish? Because it makes sense to me. You know, at this time, I know the NFL has a lot of people ticked off at them right now, but it's NFL. We'll forever have people ticked off at them. Tell me why, Mr. McMahon. What does this mean for the WWE? That's a huge, big question for the future. What does this mean for the WWE? Will Vince McMahon, will he stay down? A lot of people are asking that question. Is he going to stay down? I really don't think a losing hand, he'll fold. WBF, XFL. So what does this mean for the WWE? I'm lost here. I don't get it. Will he succeed? And it's not a WWE property. Because we know, if this was a WWE property, the WWE, the stockholders, they would have said peace. As soon as they heard this news, they would have been like, I'm out. Why now? Again, I go to that. Why now? And NBC to promote the first go around. A lot more violent than football we see on television today. NFL has they've pretty much watered their game down on a field in order to make it more presentable to a worldwide audience. And Vince McMahon knows about this because he did the same thing with his own product, the WWE. But his brand of football is a lot more violent, at least was, a lot more violent than the NFL. But I just got that feeling that it's not going to be. And here's why. Vince McMahon, this is why. Vince McMahon sees entertainment, sees sport from just a totally different perspective than the normal thinking people. I just don't see. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see Vince toning down their product, the XFL product. He's selling violence already. The WWE football, that's nothing. But the biggest problem Vince has is their issues that they have with brain. You know, some guys are becoming, God, they're pretty much losing their minds. And I'm trying to be nice on saying this, but I'm going to just be real. A lot of these guys are losing their minds. We had Larry Johnson this past week came out and said if it wasn't for his daughter, he would have done something that he wouldn't have been proud of. By now. Not the only guy. Football is looked at differently now on every single level. Every single level. Back then, their fathers and their mothers, man, they forced their kids into playing a sport like football because it made them tougher. And when they could tell their friends, hey, my son plays football, he's a lot more tougher than your son because your son doesn't. You know, it's bragging rights. Degrees. But here's the problem. The NFL is still very popular. With all of this, with all of the lawsuits, protests, so the NFL still is popular. Why is the NFL still popular? Because their drama, the fans are getting a chance for the first time ever, actually, to learn about these players through social media, through protest, and other means. They are learning about these players, finding out more information about these players. Just last night, I shared a Juju Smith-Schuster Facebook Live post from last night. I shared it. There was a film in a department store signing jerseys, random fans. I had his jersey, the Smith-Schuster number 19. It's sick. He was store signing random jerseys for fans, signing jerseys for random fans. But root for these players. They love these players. Which is completely awesome if you really think about it, because years ago, you didn't know what these players were all about, especially on the NFL field. You couldn't see who they were. You didn't know who these guys were. The field. So you know more about their life. You hear about what's going on in their neighborhoods and the world that they come from. Coming to light. Now you see the personalities. Now you look at the person, you get a chance to get familiar with the personality of a Juju or Antonio Brown, James Harrison. And I'm just bringing up Steelers because there's a lot of other guys on it, but these guys do it better than anybody else. I'm dead serious. They do it better than anyone else. James Harrison, every daggone day, he's on Instagram. This is what the XFL is going to have to compete with. They were able to, because they gave the NFL the blueprint 10 years ago, how to market the athlete on the field and off the field. They gave the NFL a blueprint on how to do it, lead in what they were. So they've added the drama, the soap opera, because that's what the NFL has really become over the past 15 years. It's soap opera television now. And you know who's more ticked off? People will say, well, men don't watch soap operas. Yes, they do. They watch professional and they watch football. You don't think football is a soap opera? The storylines that lead up to the big game every week, The biggest game this week is Pittsburgh versus New England. All week long, we've heard that the Pittsburgh Steelers have not beaten New England. Can't beat in the big games. We've heard this. Brady destroys the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the storyline. Hold on, my fault. Can the Steelers beat Brady? That's what the NFL is selling. This afternoon, millions across the country will sit around their TV and they will see this unfold in front of their eyes. This storyline, this angle, whatever you want to call it, has everybody fixated on whatever channel it's going to be on. Pittsburgh Steelers, will they beat Tom Brady? That's the storyline. Soap opera, baby. Soap opera, baby. Come on. And the NFL can do it every week for 20 weeks out of the year. Oh, found a way to continue it after the season is over. So now, just like the WWE, the NFL becomes a year-round soap opera. Can the XFL compete with that? No. Now, before I close this segment of this, I think we're having technical difficulties, but I'm just going to keep rolling. Here's the theory. Conspiracy theory. Yeah, I like that. Talking to a friend, my mentor, and we both came up with this. Let's go back a couple of months ago. After the protest was, pretty much silenced, and no one was really talking about him that much. Colin Kaepernick was people were talking about him, but they weren't talking about him as much as they were last year, obviously, because he wasn't on the field. Just think about it. A couple months ago, a certain individual, a very close friend to the McMahon family, out of nowhere, he just started calling these players out in the NFL. Wow. Attention to what people, the NFL owners, really didn't want no attention brought to at the time because it was dying down. People were still protesting a little bit, but it was dying down. There was a protest up, called players SCs, and voila. The protest is back on again. People are fighting. They're ready to, oh my goodness, we're not fighting physically, but Twitter, all of social media, they were not happy. Players started to protest. You had Jerry Jones on his damn knees too. Jerry Jones. They were upset. And what did this do? This put another negative light on Roger Goodell and the NFL. Now, I said at the time that I feel, in my opinion, in my heart, that it was the NFL benefited from this. The protester still continued to kneel. So that little war of words between the president and the players did not. Now, why am I bringing this guy up? Because he's best friends with Mr. McMahon, like I said earlier, number one. And number two, if you can make the NFL look weaker than it did before, this is a perfect time to slide someone in to compete against the NFL. What if the players would help weaken the NFL? What if they knew that? Because they knew the response. They knew what the response was going to be. What if they did? What if they knew that? I mean, we know the president truly hates the NFL. We know that. I mean, he's beaten by them twice. I believe that he's involved. Which I believe. I think, hey, who knows? Anything's possible. I know what type of world we live in. But do you believe he's involved? Made, we could see developing here because Vince McMahon, he hates to lose, but I'm sorry. Right now, with CTE and everything going around, this is just the worst time to do this, and I think the fans are going to let him know that. I think sponsors, networks and so forth, they're going to, especially since he failed once with this. We'll see. But we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and get into some of the news, the other headlines, rumors that's been going around this past week. But, man, if you got an opinion on that Vince McMahon situation in the XFL, give us the email, stephondevereux@gmail.com, StephonDevereux@gmail.com, or give us a call, 347-308-8709. You're listening to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling here on the Idiot Radio Network. We'll be right back after this break.
Energy Angel Solution, alternative healing services. Do you need some relaxation in your life? Is your mind feeling sluggish? Does your body hurt? Have you been feeling off balance and just not centered lately? Energy Angel Solutions LLC offers healing that considers the energy of the whole person, body, mind, and energy for optimal health and wellness. For more information, visit our website at energyangelsolutions.com.
Idiot Radio, taking it to the edge and back.
Does your dog or cat need some much-needed attention and pampering? Money Paws, full grooming salon for dogs and cats, featuring full-service dog and cat grooming, bath and brush, haircuts, nails, ears, teeth, and rear-end cleanup. All done with extra love and attention. It's Muddy Paws. Schedule an appointment today at 412-207-8250.
For all your heating and cooling needs, service, and installation, contact our friends at Complete Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, 412-513-3001. Doesn't your family deserve complete comfort?
Okay, people, bear with us. We're still having technical difficulties. Don't understand what's going on sometimes. You just don't know. I'm going to continue with the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut down, and then we're going to reschedule. We're going to come back and then figure out these technical difficulties, and then we're going to come back. And I will send out the email and so forth, and the tags to let you know when we're back. But we're going to figure this stuff out, and we'll be back here on the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. Thanks.